Alright, guys, what is going on? Hey, it's my face video. Yeah, I know. I started my podcast this last weekend. So I figured because after I record a video or two at night, then I want to lay down and just relax and watch another movie or two and pass out. But I figure, why not just record audio while comfortable in my bed watching movies that are going to be watched anyway? So I might as well talk about them. So that's how the podcast was born. And from an extreme headache, I had such a pounding headache, like migraine level, and I just couldn't get up to record a video. I had to lay down. So I said, but I really want to talk about these two movies. So that plus what I said before, boom, podcast. So let me know what you think about it. If it's a good idea, should I keep doing it? I'm probably gonna just do a few episodes Saturday and Sunday nights, something like that every week. But this is another episode of why this scene is perfect. And this goes way back to my favorite film. I mean, the first horror movie I ever saw, and in my top three favorite films of all time, which is John Carpenter's Halloween. And I mean, if you want to hear all my thoughts on Halloween, go see my long ass video on Halloween from a long while back. But everything blanketed, the directing is perfection in this whole movie. Everything that goes into the making of film is perfection in this movie. And the scene I'm talking about today here is when Laurie leaves the Doyle house after the kids fall asleep to go check on Annie or Bob and Linda, and she finds the bodies, and then Michael's whole chase after her back to the Doyle house. This to me is like the most tense scene ever put to film, like ever. The tension in this scene is so fucking good. It's so scary, this scene. Like, if you put yourself in Laurie's shoes, it's so atmospheric. Like, the atmosphere is off the charts. And just the score. The score, this movie, again, is the number one score in a film for me. Like, absolutely just the best film score there is. Not just like the main theme, like every piece of music, and the fact that when she leaves the house and starts walking, slowly strolling, I'd say, like to the house that's across the street to Annie's, the Wallaces, and perfect music choice. Just that, ding, 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 and it gets a little more ominous as it goes with the synthesizer in the background. Absolute perfection. And then when she goes in the house and she like looks around fast in the living room, how the score and the music just stops, and it's just silence, just for a brief little respite. Respite. I love that word. Just a little bit. And then we get just the other another just brilliant piece of the score here, the composition, the ding 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 dong. Perfect. Like, it's so good, and it's more calming. It gives you a little bit, like I said, like a little bit of a reprieve from the tension here until she finds Annie's body with Judith's tombstone or gravestone, headstone, whatever the hell you want to call it. But the lighting too is phenomenal. Again, I don't want to keep saying the whole movie, but it is. But in this scene, like the way that you see the slits, the gaps in the wood on the railings, like through the top stairway, and it goes reflects onto the bottom stairway. Awesome, and the whole way that the stairway itself, like the top of the stairway, is lit. It's like barely visible at sometimes. It's just dark. Lori, she's in the shadow. Then she'll come across the window, and it'll light her up for a little bit. Like, just all the lighting is absolutely excellent in this whole scene. And who could forget the? It's so hard to sing that, like, but oh, what a cool fucking musical cue! Like, one of the best. and how the note just lingers too, which is ding, like it never fades out completely. Then Bob's body comes swinging out the closet. Then she opens the other closet, and Linda's stuffed in there with her friggin' neck is just like, oh, it looks pretty gruesome. And then one of my favorite shots in a movie is when Laurie's against the wall, and then from the dark room, you see Michael and the mask emerging slowly. And then he goes to stab her. Like, one of the best shots in a film for me, like, ever. Not in this movie, but one of. As well as Michael at the top of the staircase when she looks up. And then the dun, 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 ding, 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 ding. So good. Like, come on, just the way that that they shot Michael like not running but walking down the stairs. His legs like shuffle, like it's I can't explain it, but it's so good. Then when he's trying to break the door down and she can't get out because the rake is he put behind the door. Nick Castle does something here that I've always wondered if it was scripted or if he just did it on the fly. I really think he did it on the fly, but he's trying to knock the door down and break into the door with his right hand. He has the knife in his left hand. Usually Michael has it in his right, so he has it and he's walking towards Laurie right before she breaks the glass and gets the rake out of the way, and he just slowly switches hands with the knife back to his right hand, then continues walking towards her. I love that shot. I love that shot so much. I don't know if it was scripted or if if he said that, if Carpenter said that he's right-handed and he was using his other hand to like knock at the door. Then when he came in, he remembered that and switched. I don't know, but I fucking love that so much. That little detail. And then this is just what cemented Jamie Lee Curtis for her future as being a scream queen. Like, Jesus, man, like her screaming and like when she's outside the neighbor's house and like, can't you hear me? Like, oh, like it like sends, and coming up here sends chills down my spine when she's at the door. And first, that she's smart enough to throw the plant up to the kids' room to wake them up. Good fucking thinking. But then the tension here. This is the whole culmination of this scene that you see. You go back and you see Michael getting closer and about to cross the street. Then back to the house and her talking to Tommy. And then back over and you see Michael getting a little closer. And her line of, Tommy, hurry up. Tommy, please. Ooh, dude, that sends chills down my spine every time I've seen this movie since I first saw this movie. Something about the way she says that, and the music behind it, and I don't know, it absolutely is just perfect for me. Like, perfect delivery of lines from Curtis. Like, I can't picture those lines being said in any different, screamed in any different cadence or anything like that. So good, and it just ends such a brilliant scene. And she ends up getting inside, obviously, before Michael gets her. But God, man, like, just the most tense scene in a movie for me. Like, it really is. If it's not for you, what's your most tense scene in a horror movie? Like, for me, this is any movie ever. Like, this is the most tense scene ever in a movie. But your most tense scene or tense scenes in a horror movie, let me know what they are. I might do another one of these because we have, yes, 1 hour until our stream. Me, Dave, and Sean are going to be continuing bringing Dave through the Henenlotter filmography, as we just finished the Basket Case trilogy last week, and now we're going to be doing Frankenhooker at 2 o'clock, which is in 1 hour, which is why I'm doing these videos, because I wouldn't be able to get a full one out. So that is what makes this scene perfect for Halloween 1978 by John Carpenter, the fucking master. And yeah, wherever you guys are from, hope you're having a good morning, noon, or night. And I will talk to you soon. Take care, guys.